Hey everybody, it's Melody again. Today I'm going to share with you a journal I made for Kevin Bryant for a personal swap. And this is my first journal swap, so I hope he enjoys this. I really liked making this. He said that he likes like blue and red, or bright colors, and I had a lot of blue, green, yellow, and some orange paper, so I decided to go primary. And then he also requested writing space, journal prompts, and lots of tucks and pockets. So this is what I came up with. And the front is actually, the cover is made out of a fruit roll-up box. And I did have to like score one side of it. In the middle, make it a little bit smaller because it wasn't quite that thick. And on this side, I use this wrap binding all the time. I think that there's just so many benefits to it and I really like it, so I just keep using it. But I did put a corrugated white cardboard down and I just strung the strings right through that, and so made my little OCD heart happy how it laid flat. And then the cover, this is just a scrapbook paper, and this actually came in the packet with it. I don't even know where it came from. It was just in my garage one day. I have a feeling I bought it like 10 years ago. It was in there. And then I have this washi tape. It's actually a chevron washi tape, but the other half is hiding underneath the binding, and it's like yellow, and then the back cover is just the same paper, just with the other washi tape. And I did blue and a couple orange, so he's got a little tassel for that. And then once you open it up, the inside is blue, and I have some washi tape. One of the things that I knew I had on hand that made me decide to go with these bright colors are these party bags. I originally got them, I am part of a rock painting group, and I got them for pre-swaps they had rock party swaps. So some people might not know about that, but I would just put the rock in here and pre-label it so I knew what was going on. So I had these in a green polka dot, and I love them. They're bright and cheery. And so I used one bag to make 3 pockets. And this just goes around. I just put these individually on one string because the theme I came up with for his book is Write It Out. So I put these just the tabs, I bought them separate at the dollar store. They just came by themselves, and I put that on each bag. So they get their own string for the binding. And then that way, it's a little bit like loose. Well, it's very secure, but there's extra room, I guess, not loose. It's got lots of room. So Kevin can add in whatever he wants in any of the pockets, or since it is on the string, he can slip more papers in if he would like. So if your paper, for example, is folded in half, you just would slip it in and it's on each side. So he can add or take out paper as he wishes. And then in these pockets, I just have, I think I did like 4 sheets of each one. So some green notebook paper, and these were like, I got a huge pack of these at the Dollar Tree, and I've been using them for a while. I think I originally got them for a journal I did for my son for his birthday that had like dragons and knights, and so I did a lot of blue and green. And then here I just have note cards with the red. Yeah, I think I did 4 of each thing. And these just go, and you could see the pocket. So you just have to I cut off the one edge where the bag like the bottom of the bag is, and then I did want them a little bit shorter, so I did end up cutting a little bit of the edge and taping it, and then I just folded it in half and taped 2 of the edges, and it made this triple pocket. And then this is blue, same like note paper, but just in blue. And one of the things like I love about this journal is, I want to say the simplicity, but that's just not the right word. I feel like it's not like simple or basic. It's so fun. I guess it's like I just love all the like clean lines, and how for me when I journal I like having blank things, so I'm not, you know, I can think about what I'm writing. I'm not distracted. So for this, I love the balance of that. So this book has 3 of these paper signatures and 3 of the bags. And I believe there's like 5 or 6 colored pages in each signature. So for a majority of them, I just cut notebook paper. This is actually, I guess technically the back side of the notebook paper. It would be flipped over and the holes would be over here. I just trimmed that part off, and I wanted 5 by 7 pages, so I did the color pages that size. And I did like an inch smaller, so I have about a 1/2 inch around each side, so it's framed in the color. And I just cut a whole bunch of them down at the same time. And I glued them individually to the page. I did my time-lapse flip, and I used rubber cement so that it didn't warp the pages. But then I saw the little rubber cement blobs when I was looking at it through the camera, so I had to go through. I just went through with a stencil brush like this and just wiped it off. You know, I had done it when I was making it, but it's all over the place, and so I still had a couple of little things left. So each signature is actually set up the same order. Like I said, this book makes my little OCD heart pretty happy. And then here is the first tuck, and this is the same. So there'll be a blue one in every signature that has the tuck, and then it has 2 note cards in it. And for the journaling prompts that I did for Kevin, I actually wrote an example of each one and put it on like a fun piece of paper. So for this one, it was first letters. So either you do like the alphabet, write it vertically, or a word, which I just did his name, and you just will use that letter as the first letter of that line of writing. So it's kind of fun and challenging, especially if you can do A through Z. I didn't want to do a whole thing and, you know, take over his journal. And then here's the prompt. So he had seen I made a sketchbook journal for my daughter, and it had mini envelopes with drawing prompts. So he wanted the same thing. Let me line this up. Okay. So I made these little envelopes, and then I just cut the note cards down to fit into them. So they were about a 1/4 inch smaller than what the size was. So here's the prompt for those notes I just showed you. So first letters, you would write them vertically, and then it's the first letter of the word of each line. And then that's safe in there, and he can add, you know, more in there if he would like, or write something on the back side. They have a lot of journal prompts online. This particular one is something that I learned. I have gone through a lot of mental health challenges, and I've been in voluntary inpatient a few times, and journaling really helped me get through that, and that was something that they did teach in the hospital. And this is one of the ways that they taught you to journal, because sometimes it's overwhelming to sit down and write. So that was just a way to, you know, get you started if you didn't want to just sit and write it out. So here is yellow with my lined notebook paper. More notebook paper. And then here is my second journal prompt. Each signature has one of these tucks, and then 2 pockets and 3 envelopes with prompts in each one of them. So this is something I found online. So Dalai Lama once said, remember that sometimes not getting what you want is a wonderful stroke of luck. So his prompt would be, what is your twist of fate? So what was something he wanted and didn't get, and how did it positively impact him? Is what that would be. And then this, for the orange, I liked these, but I thought that I had enough of this just paper on there. So this one, I decided to mix it up a little bit, and I made a like folding tier of paper. So once again, my little OCD happy heart, love this. I just laid down one paper. I folded 3 other papers just at 2 lines, and then I just lined them up. So he can write from here down to here, from here down to here, and it just goes in a line however he would like. And so you can see it's just a little flippy. And then again, here's a clear page. See, I got a couple of those little rubber cement things still sticking around. And then just for a little extra color, because I know Kevin is a fun guy, I took scraps from my journal writings that I used to mount the notebook paper on, and I just made like little flippy things, so later he can write something on them with a marker, add a sticker, whatever he wants. And it helps also, making like a pocket or something over the string helps to hide it if you wanted to do that. The only thing is then now you would have to always tuck something behind that, so you can't make a different middle. These will always be the middle of the signature. So then here is another green. So I did all the green and yellows with this. So there's 2 green pages, 1 yellow page per signature, and then 1 blue page and 1 orange page per signature. And they're all in color order the same way. I made sure that the colors together like coordinated. I don't know. I maybe thought about that a little too much. So here's one of the first pockets. Again, a couple note cards. Here's my journal entry. And like I said, I just made them small for him. So just gave it a personal touch and kind of just showing what it was. So my twist of fate is right now my foot is broken. And I broke it May 19th of 2017. It's still broken, and I've been off work currently since the beginning of October because I had to have surgery and get a screw put in my foot. But being home and looking for something more to do, I was making an altered book for my fiance for Christmas, and I found a junk journaling page. So around the beginning of January, I started doing this, and I love it. And I'm, the happy part about me not being able to go back to work is I know junk journaling like nobody's business, and I have time to do it. And I find that this is a great thing that keeps me challenged because there's so many different ways that I can do this. There's so many new techniques that I can learn. I love learning new stuff and doing all kinds of crafty things. I did some bookbinding, taught myself some bookbinding in like high school or right after high school. But these are like the first journals I've ever made. So I'm having a lot of fun with that. So that's a good silver lining for me. And then again, here is a notebook flippy for him. And then just as like a lot of extra writing space too, that doesn't take up a lot of room. And then here's my yellow page with that. And I have a few pieces of the green notebook paper in this pocket. And then this is a letter to the baristas at Dutch Brothers. I don't know if you guys have it where you're from. It's a local coffee shop that we have, and the people there are so fun. They always are like playing fun music, and they're like, you know, teenagers, 19, 20. So they're always dancing around and always in like such a good mood. So yes, I need coffee and I'm probably cranky, but they always put a smile on my face. So the reason I did that was this prompt is to write a letter to. And then some of the ideas that I put on there, which I had found some of these online. Somebody who made you smile today, your inner critic, your favorite barista or server, or a stranger at the mall food court, which I thought that one was super fun because some people are a little cray-cray. I mean, there's so many different people there that you could write to, like, you know, the mom with a crying baby, the kid on a first date. I don't know. I just thought it was a fun idea. So then I have my other green page. So then that is all of the first signature. And then now I'm to my second gift bag, and this is the green polka dot one. And these gift bags I found at the Dollar Tree. So I have my green notebook paper, again, in the same order. My notebook cards. And then when I place these in, I also place, so the first yellow one was at the top, this is in the middle, and the last one is to the bottom to offset it. And also I placed the tabs that way also. So the first yellow one, the right is here, this one's in the middle, the last yellow one is over here. So hopefully you can see it when you look at it. And then I have my blue paper in this third little pocket. And there's a lot more room in here that he can just tuck whatever he wants. If he wants some stickers or I don't know what. Anything. Receipts, movie tickets, whatever he wants to write. Letters from other people. So here's my second signature. So again, my green page. Yay! And a tuck. And so I have cards and my short journaling. This is something else I learned at my stay in the hospital for my mental health, which is finding a Northern Star. So pretty much it is finding a goal to change your life, which I know that's kind of deep. And so you're just identifying a goal that you want to work towards. So, and it's what will you do to get there, what may challenge you along the way, and then how you're going to overcome those challenges to reach your goal. Which that was something I loved when I did that. And it was great. So then here's those things I just said laid out. So find your Northern Star. So find a goal in life. How do you get there? What challenges will you face? And how do you overcome those challenges? So it's a fun way to identify what issues you might have with a goal and have a plan ahead of time to know what you're going to do. A lot of things that I learned with the mental health is at the time that you're in stress, you're not thinking as well as when you're not stressed out. So like in life, I like knowing what my plan is if something goes wrong. And this kind of helps with that. So that's something to try. And so I have my yellow notebook paper page, and then here's another journal prompt. So 3 things I'd do if I weren't afraid. And then identifying what the fear you have in doing those things. And then hopefully maybe if you write that out, it's something that you can think about and overcome and maybe do something you never thought you would do. And I have another paper flippy, another green page. This one I taped together. I just thought it was kind of cute. And then another green page. So then here's my next pocket. And I have the note cards. And yes, I'm crazy. I put them in with the red stripe facing the same way. And if you pay attention, the red stripe is always to the left on every page. Don't judge, please. So these are my If I Weren't Afraid. I have an idea of a store I would like to open, which there's all kinds of things I would be afraid of in that. One of the things I've always wanted to do since I was little is to dive with great white sharks. But, you know, like I'm afraid of death. Pretty much, like I could die. Or like living in another country for a year. I mean, that seems like it would be so cool to experience that, especially like with the kids. I would love to go to like Holland or Norway or Sweden, like a European country, and just live there for a year. But there's a lot of things that are scary about that. So here's another flippy page. And then a yellow, and then in my next pocket, and I have green note paper, and then this is for the next journaling prompt, what I would need to let go of, and I just used self-doubt, and I listed what it is like with it, and then what it would be like without it in my life anymore. So yes, and I did write some more personal things for him. Just you know, I like being an open person, and I feel like it is special when you can share a part of yourself with somebody. So here's the card for that. What do I need to let go of? What will my life be without it? And how does it change me now? And that's a good exercise just for figuring out what you don't want in your life. Like why do you need that? I do a lot of that. Why, like, do I really care? So here's another green, and that is the second signature. So then here is my third bag, and like I said, it is at the bottom. The tab is at the bottom. So I have my green paper, my note cards, and my blue paper. So here's my third signature. I have my green paper, my little tuck. The next journal, well, 2 cards. My next journal prompt, entry, example, whatever, is my life message. And mine is just true happiness comes from knowing who you are and being that person. And that's important to me because for 30 years I lived in the dark of knowing who I really was, and it caused a lot of unhappiness in my life. And I still am working on myself and figuring out who I am and who I want to be. But I am so much happier now living my true self. So that's why that's important to me. So here's the prompt. What one message do you want your life to stand for? And why is that message important to you? And then we have more writing space. Another journal prompt. And this one is the quality I most admire in others. How can I grow that quality in myself? And what quality do I want others to admire in me? I notice sometimes when I am admiring other people, it's usually something I wish that I were. So I like that one. And then how you want other people to view you, because it's sometimes you might not be giving the message that you want to give, I guess. So I have another flip paper page and more green, and then a couple of these little fun flippy flag things. I think that's what I'll call them, flippy flags. I like it. I have green, vanilla green. And then for this pocket, I have more note cards. And this is my quality I admire. So one of the things I admire the most, and I'm totally looking forward to, are the cute little ladies that don't give a dang anymore about what other people think. And I just love them, and I think they're so cute. I love the little ladies that just wear whatever they want, they say whatever they want. They know that they can probably get away with some stuff and do that, so I have some big plans for that also. I'm not in a hurry to get older, but I have plans for when it does happen. And then I have another flippy page and yellow. And then here is last pocket. And I have some green note paper. The next, these are for the next prompt. I think I put like 10 things that make you smile and then how you make other people smile. I only did 5. And some of the things like I love is like when kids laugh, like the little belly laughs from little kids. Most baby animals, I don't know, I love baby hippos. I think they're the cutest little dang things ever. Chunky baby rolls, that always makes me smile. I don't know, I love little chunky babies. Young boys being gentlemen. So my son is 10. He will open the car door for you. He holds open the door for strangers going into like a store or something like that. And I just love seeing it when little boys do that because it's so sweet, and it's something that is not always carried down in this generation. So it always makes me happy. And then elderly couples in love, because they're so cute. So you go to the doctor and there's the little old couple and they're holding hands and they just do everything together. I love it. And then this is how I make others smile. I smile at them. I like to compliment people on small things that maybe other people wouldn't notice. Being kind, saying please and thank you. My face, it is pretty funny looking. And I love dad jokes. And that includes like little kid Laffy Taffy jokes. The cheesier, the better. And then here is the journaling prompt for that. So 10 things that always make me smile, 10 things I can do to make others smile. And I think like listing out these 2 things, like you can look for these, and then also like it always feels better when you take the opportunity to make somebody else smile. It always makes me feel great, and it's something that it doesn't cost any money. It doesn't really take any extra time, and it's not really a lot of effort. And for me, when people go out of their way to try and make me smile, like I feel great about it. So doing that for somebody else and brightening their day, just because you never know how people are doing, I think it is a great outreach of kindness. And then I have my last green page, so that's the 3rd signature, and then the back cover. So this is Kevin's swap journal. I will be mailing it out to him today. So Kevin, hopefully you receive it by this weekend or Monday, and I hope that you enjoy writing in it and that you get a lot from it and that you're able to have fun with it. I hope that you guys enjoy this also. If you have any comments or questions, please let me know, leave a comment, and I hope that you all have a great day.